back to the channel. Hope you're all doing okay, and welcome back to the Anvil Carrick. Now, there was a very interesting Inside Star Citizen this week, and it featured quite a detailed look at the first Tevarin ship coming into the game in 3.9, and that is the Prowler from Asperia. So let's have a look at some of what they showed us. Now, the Prowler is a dropship. It's the first Tevarin ship in the game, and its look is pretty unique. Now, first of all, the lighting they first showed us is the auxiliary lighting state, and this is what it looks like before the ship is powered up. Now, there are positions for 12 troops to be dropped out of this ship, and they will go through the doors on the side here. Now, there is one crew position in the lower dropship level on the Prowler, and they didn't really say, but I guess that they probably will control the turrets on the ship. Now, let's have a look at the lighting state when the ship is powered on. Now, we can get a much clearer look at the drop zone deck, as I call it, and actually the lighting, the developers told us, is very much like light filtering through the canopy of a forest. It looks really nice, and one cool feature of the Prowler are these side doors where your drop troops will drop out, and basically they're covered in air shields, so of course your ship is prevented from venting its atmosphere. Now, you can also access the ship by a ladder on the side. When landed, your troops can actually get on the ship by this ramp at the back, which is also protected by an air shield. And we can see how the ramp deploys here. Now, you climb a ladder to get up to the upper deck where the pilot commands the ship. Now, you can also access various components from this command level. Now, one very interesting thing about the Tevarin ships is basically they have a totally shielded cockpit. You can't actually see inside, as you can see here. Well, the pilots are very well protected, but how do they see out of this ship? Well, what the developers have done is totally unique for a ship to do this in game, and they've got lots of these screens inside the ship which will peel away to enable full visibility to the outside. So basically you can see out, but no one can see in. So very well protected, this ship in the cockpit. Also, they've got what they call a articulated display, and actually you can see like a bird-like icon on the display screen there, because obviously the Tevarin are a bird-like race. Now, the ship is controlled by a single control column, and that's pretty unique as well. So the Prowler certainly has an interesting cockpit. Now, as I said earlier, you can access some components from this top deck command level as well, but there's not really anything else up here apart from the unique structural design of the ship. Now, this ship does have plenty of firepower, a pair of size 5 guns and a size 3 on top. Here's a better view of the dropship doors. There's 4 on each side. Now, this week, Calling All Devs returned, and this one was dedicated to Squadron 42. Now, as many of you may know, the Squadron 42 roadmap has shown little or no progress over the past few months, and basically this Calling All Devs asked a selective number of developers, why was that? and what were the reasons? And well, we got some fairly interesting answers, and basically really the Squadron 42 roadmap just hasn't been updated, and they're looking at maybe bringing in a different format. But we did get some interesting answers and some little looks at what's coming for Squadron 42. Now, Calling All Devs isn't usually a visual show, but Nathan Dearsley did give us a little look at what he's working on for Squadron 42. This is Edo Station, which is a common ray, which is evidently undergoing decommissioning, and it was nice to get a look at a station which is in development. Some of the other things we learned during the show is that there's been a change of roles for that man with the hair, Brian Chambers. He's actually taken over running Squadron 42, the development, whilst Aaron Roberts is now concentrating on the PU. So we got a look at Edo Station here, and we could see one side evidently is undergoing decommissioning, whilst part of the station is still in use. Now, we learned from Nick Helms, who's the creative director, that they've just recently completed a PCAP shoot for the female character. Now, this is obviously motion capture, and this basically means that you'll be able to play as a female character, and of course that does mean that some of the interactions will be completely different playing as the female character compared to playing as the male character. Now, he also did reveal that they will need ongoing pickup shots for Squadron. Now, of course, this is quite usual in the film business. You get a lot of pickup shots needed to complete the footage needed for the final edit. So obviously that will continue. So pretty interesting. Now, we learnt from the AI programmer Francesco Riccucci of some developments they're doing with AI. They've actually got 3 teams doing AI, social, ship and combat, and he also told us why they're taking so long on the bartender is that he's not simply a bartender, he's sort of like a template for all the social interactions needed for Squadron and the PU, and he'll be able to mix a mean cocktail as well. Now, Nathan Dearsley did also reveal that they were working on some quite interesting things to show later in the year. I think he's referring to CitizenCon. Now, CitizenCon isn't until October. Now, with the current world situation, we've already seen the cancellation of, for example, the Game Developers Conference and E3 in June. It has to be said that things going forward may not turn out as planned. There may well be delays in development and possibly, just possibly, delays in events which are planned. Now, well, I'll try and think positively. Hopefully things will get back to normal sooner rather than later, but there may be some trying times ahead, but I'm sure we will all prevail and get through these difficult times which may face us all. Now, 3.9 is with the Evocati group. That's the closed test group for testing, and obviously if you know where to look, you'll see some spoilers. Now, within the next few weeks it should go to the PTU, and of course I'll have some footage here, and we'll be able to all look at what 3.9 has got to offer. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Wherever you're watching out there, you take care. And hopefully I'll see you all sometime soon.